It's a big night of high school sports in our community. The News 8 Highlight Zone starts now.
Good evening, I'm Greg Wawrinick. Playoff time has arrived. 22 teams from our coverage area qualifying for the WIAA postseason. Now, who can make a run to Camp Randall for that second full week in November? We begin our night in Division II, where La Crosse Central goes on the road to take on Oregon. Oregon's won 6 straight taking on La Crosse Central. First quarter, Oregon's Nolan Look with the play action. He lobs it up to Mason Grender, and the Panthers are up 7-0 early. Just 3 minutes later, Central drives. Johnny Davis handoff to Stephen Cross. He takes it 8 yards to the house, ties things at 7 apiece. Next possession for the Panthers. They go for it on 4th and goal. Nolan Look with a QB keeper. Oregon goes up 14-7, but La Crosse Central comes back, defeats the Panthers 26-23. So the Red Raiders will play Monona Grove next week. Also in Division II, Holman falls on the road, losing by a touchdown at DeForest. Onalaska earning a 4 seed in Division III. They get a home contest against Medford. Second quarter, 4th and goal for the Hilltoppers. They give it to Ray Heilman on the jet sweep, and he is in for the score. Onalaska on the board first. 2 minutes later, Onalaska going to the ground game again. It's Ben Wittenberg right up the middle. He goes 78 yards out to give the Hilltoppers a 14-0 lead. Still second quarter, DeMoor Hilltoppers. Austin Larson going up top to Landon Peterson. He's in for 6 more to cap up a 35-point second quarter for the Hilltoppers. It was 0-0 midway through that quarter. Onalaska pours it on in the second half. Larson finds Jack Weber on a quick pass, extends the ball across the goal line. That makes it 49-zip. All Onalaska as they win 49-14. Hilltoppers will go up to face Rice Lake in Level 2. Sparta travels to the shore of Lake Superior to take on Ashland. No score, and the Spartans were in the red zone. That's when Cole Wisniewski calls his own number. He sees the hole and goes right through it. 6-0 Sparta with the lead. After recovering a fumble on a punt, Sparta adds to their lead. Wisniewski again, this time to his left. 14-0 after the successful 2-point conversion. Ordoctors trying to get something going. Quick pass to Zach Coughlin. Looks like a trick play gone wrong as he's tackled to the turf. And check this score out. Sparta, as a 7 seed, knocks off Ashland 36-8. Logan falls to New Richmond 20-14. West Salem getting a Level 1 home game in Division 4 as they face Baldwin Woodville. Panthers trailing 3-0 in the second quarter. Joe Wolpat takes a shot deep, and he hits Trenton Foreman over the shoulder. West Salem in Blackhawk territory, and it sets up the following play. Brendan Holt follows his blockers and punches it in. Panthers go for 2, and they lead 8-3. Next drive for West Salem, it's Holt again. He gets down the sideline, and nobody's catching him. 77 yards for the touchdown. Panthers now lead 14-3. That's the halftime score. Second half now, Blackhawk quarterback Ross Romhow rolls left, and he hits Alexander Bishop in the end zone. Baldwin Woodville pulls within 3. After tying it up, it's Andrew Klopp getting the hand up. He fights off a couple of tacklers, shoves some more to the side, and he is in for the go-ahead touchdown. And Baldwin Woodville comes back in the second half to beat West Salem 21-14. Also in Division 4, GET losing on the road to Somerset 46-6, and Boston losing to River Valley 27-7. Cooley champion Westby is a 2 seed in Division 5, hosting Cumberland in Level 1. After a Cumberland opening score, Westby would drive the field. Hand off to Ryan Daines for the short touchdown. It's 6 apiece. Cumberland would score again off a turnover, but Westby would have no issue tying it back up. Handoff again. Westby down 18-12 at the half, but third quarter, it's Haynes who would score his 3rd touchdown of the game. Westby now up 20-18 after the 2-point conversion. Fourth quarter action now, Cumberland driving when Kenny Berg sacks. The quarterback forces the fumble, recovered by the Norseman, which will lead to this. Yet another touchdown carry from Ryan Haynes, this time off the misdirection. His 4th TD of the game, and Westby goes on to win by a final of 32-26. On the other half of the bracket, Prairie du Chien is also a 2 seed taking on New Glarus Monticello. PDC kicks off the scoring in this playoff game as Tyler Smock avoids defenders and makes his way in for the touchdown. New Glarus Monticello would quickly strike back. Connor Siegenthaler would throw a nice ball to Zach Feller. They get the extra point, and they take a 7-6 lead. The aerial attack would continue for Siegenthaler in the second quarter as they pull off a flea flicker that once again caught by Feller for another touchdown. On the ensuing kickoff, Prairie du Chien return man Tyler Smock will bobble the kick, but then finds a crease and turns on the burners. He's going to take it back 90 yards. That brings PDC within 2, 14-12 the score at this point. The New Glarus Monticello wins this one by a final 28-24. Arcadia losing 47-8 to Spencer Columbus Catholic. There's still a handful more of games to get to as we run through Divisions 6 and 7. The News 8 Highlight Zone. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the News 8 Highlight Zone. Defending state champion Bangor earns a 1 speed in their pod, meaning that the road to the state semifinal round goes through exit 15 off of I-90. Cardinals' first challenger of the postseason is Independence Gilmanton. Second quarter, Bangor's Carter Horseman punches it in from a yard away. Cardinals up 28 going into the half. Third quarter, Indy Gilmanton's Chase Cooper coming out of nowhere for the tackle for a loss, shuts down a drive. Later on in the third, Bangor strikes again. Horseman from 2 yards out extends the lead to 34. And Bangor starts off the playoffs strong with a 40-0 victory. The 4-5 matchup, DeSoto hosting Oliva Strum at the freshly reopened pit. Picking things up in the second half, Cardinals on top 14-6. Ryan Johnson throws this quick fade out to Cade McSorley, and Oliva Strum is up 20-6. They were not done yet. Johnson fires another dime to McSorley to get back into the red zone, and they would put this one out of reach shortly after that as Andrew Shane goes in from 5 yards out. DeSoto falls at home 34-14. Oliva Strum moving on. Royal at Ithaca, both teams back in the playoffs after first round exits a year ago. First quarter, Royals Dane Heyer goes wide for the passing touchdown. It's 6-0 Royal. End of the first quarter, Ithaca's Jordan Deal catches the pass, and he's going to book it to the end zone. Makes it 8-6 Ithaca after the successful 2-point conversion. Nearing the end of the first half, Bulldogs' Jimmy Clary goes long, and Ryan Gaston brings it in for first and goal. And then on the very next play, Bulldogs are able to score. It's 16-6, and Ithaca wins this one by a final of 40-20. Blair Taylor losing to Highland on the road 41-0. Dairyland champion Melrose Mindoro is a 2-seed in Division 6, hosting Darlington. First quarter, Mustangs defense off to a strong start as James Pullins recovers the fumble. Melman with great field position. Darlington then puts up a stand. Carson Lobel with a big TFL. Melman unable to capitalize on that turnover. Later on in the first, it's 4th and short for Darlington inside the 10, and Melman now making another defensive stand. It stays zeros early on. Darlington with an upset. They knock off Melrose Mindoro by 2, 15-13. Brookwood losing on the road to Lancaster 42-13. Ridge and Valley champion Wazeeka Student Seneca hosting Cuba City in a 4-5 matchup. This game starts out with a mistake by Cuba City on the opening kickoff. Braden Holzemer fumbles the kick, and the Blue Golds recover, putting them in business. It leads to a 33-yard field goal by Carter Lomas, and Seneca Wazeeka Steuben up by 3 early on. But Cuba City would put a drive together. Andy Clenenden places this pass right into the outstretched arms of Holzemer, and he hangs on to this one. The drive would stall. It remains 3-0 after 1 quarter of play. This one goes overtime. Cuba City winning 35-34. CFC loses to Fenimore 48-12. Coming up, we check in on the Brewers, who are playing a must-win Game 6 of the NLCS. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Here is our highlights on play of the night. Onalaska's Ben Wittenberg going 78 yards, part of a 35-point second quarter as Anna wins 49-14. We are out of time. Have a great weekend.